Morning. Today is brew day. In a recent video I made a couple of kits, still got one to taste on a film, but today I'm going to set up and do an all grain proper mash. So as always with these things, the first couple of hours probably we'll be finding everything and trying to set it all up. So I'll get on with that. So we've got a generation 3.1.1 Brewzilla system. So this is an all-in-one mashing system. So you boil and mash and boil the wort all in one vessel. So where have I got to at the moment? I've put in a load of water, got it heating up to a target mash temperature. I don't know, it'll be something like 65-6 degrees. I'll have a look on the instructions in a minute. First thing was just to get it heating up, and I'll familiarise myself with what it is I'm meant to be doing and see how we go. Right, so that's up to 30 degrees, so it's chugging along. So what have I got to brew? It's a kit. So what that means is someone has mixed up and blended all the malts and fermentables for me. I haven't had to worry about that. And in this particular instance, the helpful company that have done that is, oh, it doesn't say in here, I think it's the Homebrew Centre in Ireland where I've bought a load of these things. If it is the Homebrew Centre, I'll double check. But these, they've been fantastic and helpful. So what have I got? I'm going to try and brew an American lager. So this is a premium quality lager, full-bodied, light with a dry finish and hoppy taste. So this is what we've got here, look. A big bag of malt. I can see various types of malt in there. And also some maize flakes. So maize flakes are a pretty standard ingredient of one of these types of lagers. So it's a nice mixture of stuff there. Right, I forgot I had to do some calculations, so I've just been in and done those and made myself a brew. Yes, it's one of the faffs of all grain as opposed to the kits that I made. You've got to do some measuring and thinking. So basically I've got about 4 3/4 kilograms of grains, which means I've got to mash in about 16 to 16.5 litres of water. According to these instructions, the mash is a 90-minute mash. When it's mashed for 90 minutes, sparge it with another 16 or 17 litres of water. So there's a fair bit to do and a fair bit of time. I'm just going to have a look and see if I've put the right amount of water in. So I'm going to put in my malt pipe now, and that'll be what I do the mash in. So like all good brewers, make sure I've got a clean malt pipe, and let's see if I can pop that into the vessel. There we go. So you can see the target temperature is starting to fluctuate around the 64, so that's fine. It will cool down as I put the huge volume of grains in, and I'll let it come back up to temperature, then try and set up the mash. I've chosen the wrong day for this really. It forecasted sort of showers, but it looks like it's lovely weather out there. So, a bit of a shame to be in doing this, but still. Give that a bit of a stir, make sure there's no... Right, so what I've done here is there are two filters at the bottom of this malt pipe, a fine and a coarse. I've not bothered with the fine one, so I'm hoping that might assist with the sparge. Oh, that reminds me, actually, I'm going to add some oat husks to this to try and also assist with the sparge. I have had problems sparging with this system. Not always. Right, so I've brought out some of these. They're actually rice hulls, not oat hulls. I'll stick a good chunk of those in. So the idea is that it helps filter it better. So there's no nutrient or sugar in those at all. So and they're totally neutral. So they add nothing to the beer. Right, that's the last of the malts and grains. Let's get it all mashed, or in ready for the mash, I hope. Right, let's see how this is doing. Is it still pumping through? Yeah. I've just realised I forgot to put the insulating jacket on. I'll do that before it comes to the boil, before I need to boil it. But at the moment, let's just see if I can get it recirculating nicely. At the moment, that's going quite nicely. So if you look, it's the creamy, milky water from the mash circulating through, going down through, and hopefully keep continuously washing the nutrients and the sugars out of the So far, so good. So this has done nearly its full mash time, so you can see the pumps recirculating. The juice isn't exactly running golden and clear, but it's running. That's the nice thing. So it shows it's been going through the malt, the stack of malt. So I'm just getting the sparge water up to temperature. As soon as the sparge water is at about 75-80, I will get it ready for sparging. So back again. We're at the next crucial stage. The water's up to temp, so it's time to have a go at sparging this. It's often the difference between a good fun brew day and a total pain. So turn off the recirculation, get that out of the way, take the lid off. First job is to lift up the malt pipe. The idea of sparging is to wash the last of the sugars out of the malts. So it's going quite slowly, but it does seem to be going. I need to make a note of the amount of water, otherwise I'll forget. This is going to be a slow one by the look of it, which is a total nuisance, but it is running. Maybe not too bad. It's now running a little bit quicker because it's maybe washed some of the sugary sludge through. Right, so still sparging, but this is the last few litres of water, so it has taken a good half an hour. So I don't know if any of you have got one of these at home, what you would normally expect, but for my brews it's very rare I get it quicker than half an hour, so it adds a lot to the brew day. If anybody spotted anything I'm doing wrong that could help speed it up, that would be helpful as well. But some can take a lot. I wouldn't call this a stuck one. It actually has done it. Some can be very much more slow and you end up having to stir it through. Soon be ready to lift this off and get the thing on a big old boil.
Went on the pitch and got some fresh air this morning and then back to bed. Try and get ready for the try and work.
Right, so it's just coming to the boil. I want to just stand over it when it comes to the boil just to make sure it doesn't froth and explode. So this device has got two heaters, a 500 watt and a 1500 watt. You stick them both on to get it up to the boil. Now it's boiling nicely. I'll turn one of them off. So hopefully it's less prone to jump over the top. So 2:15, I come and chuck some hops in. So that's the grains that have been mashed. I've just chucked them out on the garden there, but what I'll do is when they're cooler, I'll pick them up and the ducks and the chickens can pick their way through those. Waste not, want not. So,
I think it'd be surprised if they overturned it, to be honest. The only thing you would say, Dion, as well is it's difficult to see any part of this clothing. Like, if you move, you're pulled away.
right, it's time to add some hops. So that needs another half hour of boiling now. So hops added into the boil like this are for bittering really, and obviously a bit of hop flavour, but it's to bitter it up. So I don't know what variety of hops that is, but let's hope it's doing its job. Right then, I've had enough of boiling this. It's boiled a lot off. The original gravity looks like it's going to be a bit lower than I would hope, but it'll have to do. So what I'm now going to do is turn it all off and get it ready to try to cool it down. So take off its jacket and let as much of the stainless steel be exposed to the air as possible. I'm gonna see if I can put a cooler in it. Right, I'll go and turn on the water a bit. So hopefully should be a bit of cold water coming up through here and out this pipe. That's hot water. Let's see. Yeah, it's cold there now. Oh, hot there. Yeah, it's not wonderfully efficient this, because it's not a very big coil. It's not all under the wart, and it's stainless steel. The other thing I could do is pump the wart through here and put this in a cold bath, but I've just never got around to gearing that up to work. It also means you need to be a bit more fastidious about sterilising the inside of the coil, but of course you can sterilise that with just plenty of hot wart for a while. Anyway, so that's cold in there, hot there. Let's see what it's doing to the temperature. So it's dropped down to 95 from its boil, so hopefully we'll see that start to come down now. Not coming down very rapidly yet. So we're about down to about 40 degrees. It'll take ages to get down much lower than that. So what I'm going to do is now get it out of that brew vessel into my fermenting pot, put it in a fridge, and just let the temperature slowly come down for its last 20 degrees to get to yeast pitching temp. So I shall embark upon that now. Well, that leaves us now with washing up to do, as always with homebrew. I'll pitch the yeast, and when I pitch the yeast I'll try to remember to take an original gravity reading, and then see you in another video for the tasting. So thank you very much for watching this one. Just showing the alternative all grain to the kits, and drink responsibly. See you next time. Bye.